Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome back to Rush Racing League in Division 2 here on a lovely but cold Sunday night. Tonight I will be your main host in Lamb, also known as Ryan. Um, I'm known by a lot of names, those are just the two most common. And tonight I will be joined by my lovely co-host in Noah Uni. Noah Uni, welcome to the Comms Box, my friend. How are you doing? And are you excited for tonight's race? Yes, it should. I just had a little pause out. I made sure OBS actually transitioned smoothly into off the graphic and onto F1. But yeah, currently we're here in Division 2. We'll stick on board with the Haas TP, I reckon, of Slushy now. He reserved up into Division 1 last night and didn't do the best. Granted, Division 1's basically the top of OCE, there or thereabouts. So being a Div 2 driver didn't really stand too much of a chance, but I'm sure here in realistically home soil here for Slushy, he will do very well, I believe, and I think he's got the new input. But we'll stick with him as he comes through the top of the hill and then coming down into the beautiful corners of turns 11 and 12, also known as Acqua Minerale, or however you pronounce it in Italian. Lovely set of corners, and we come up to the very infamous chicane here at turn 14 and 15. He seems to take it very nicely, and now we're going to be dumping all of the battery down into turns. Technically, this King's turn 16, but it's really not really cool. But we come into the last two corners. What can the Hash driver do on the run up to the line? He's got 30% left in the battery. We come up to line straight line mode active. He comes up and does a 116.4. And I think we'll jump back to your driver who's just rounding out the final corner. We'll see what Johnny can do. He was last week's race winner. He can come across the line at 15.1. That's already quite the margin from the Alpine to P2 in RJ Kustra. But I think we'll go back to Connor OCE if you want to take us away for this one, if you're here with us, Uni. Sweet, thank you very much. I think we'll go to his teammate and team principal here for in Audi of Sick Party, who didn't seem to have the best of times here during practice. I think he's on a bit of a cool down now. He might be going for a double outlap. So we'll jump up to your driver in Falcon as we come down the hill out of the chicane in sector 3, getting hard on the anchors going into the last few corners. He takes a nice line on the run up to the line. We'll see what he can do. He can go into P9 of a 116.2. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see these laps start to increase in pace. Is already quite a difference from the top guys to the guys that obviously SJ is reserving up from Division 3 along Com, Deadly, Filthy, and just those four. Four? Four. Just those four tonight reserving up. I think we'll stick on board with Filthy if he is on a lap. I don't think he is. He's got quite a lot of battery. We'll see what he is in second time. No, he's not. We'll jump back to Tazio then as the Williams driver. I think he missed out last week, but and coming back in for Imola this week. So we'll stick on board with him as he comes through turn oh, I don't know what corner number those. This one is turns 5 and 6. We come through 5 and 6 on the run up to turn 7. The infamous hairpin. He's done a 24.4 in his first sector split. We'll activate the straight line mode. A little splash of the battery on the run up through into turn 8, and then this left hander being turn 9. Takes it very nice, a great line from the Williams man, and coming down into Aqua Minerale, and really throw the car in over the inside curving, and then the curving on the exit. That's a corner that is so easy to invalidate at, and especially here in the chicane. Probably what it's known for is its invalidations, but we come through the chicane quite nicely, and then on the run down into the final two corners of turn 17 and 18. We'll throw the car in, go as wide as possible, quite a little bit of margin left on that exit. And then on the run up to the line, he runs out of battery quite early. We'll see what the Williams man can do on the run up to the line. He can go into P number 7 with a 1:15.7. So yeah, he's going to be up there tonight, Sashi. No, Sashi Huni. Oh. While you get the Merkman in, I think we'll stick with Cooper as he's a fair ways up on his time to V card man. Now, I believe as it stands, he's the leader of the championship, which I also think is by quite a fair margin. And being in P4 is definitely not the spot he wants to be in so far, but he's a tenth and a bit up. So currently, it'll put him into P2. He needs to find quite a lot in this final sector, though, if he wants to have a go at provisional pole here. Pingu has joined this session. I believe that will be a McLaren driver, one of the McLaren reserves. But never mind, he's not a McLaren reserve. I'm tripping. But we come up to the line. We'll see what the V-Card man can do. He can go into P2, finding a fair amount in that final sector as he jumps up to P2 of a 1:15.2, but not quite pole at the moment, but we'll jump back to Johnny. We'll see how he's doing. And he's coming for Aquaman Raleigh, but at his second sector split, he's a little bit down. He's run out of battery. Karipa goes the fastest with a 15 flat provisionally. The Div 4, the drive, one of the drivers that got moved up from Div 4 last week, getting provisional pole so far here in Division 2. So this is much more suited for the McLaren man as we come flying through the last corner, going almost off the track. We'll see what Johnny can do on the run to the line. He can go just marginally faster of a 1:15 flat as well. And yeah, these guys really aren't messing around here, Huni. Yeah, 100%. And quite it's definitely seeming like he's adapted really well to his new home here in Division 2. And we know the other guy, his teammate actually, the other driver that got moved up in EPK, he was, I'm pretty sure he was the fastest out of the two in qualifying. And it's only wonders, you can only imagine where he would have put the McLaren, but at the moment it's Farge in the other McLaren, and he is on a very flying lap. I believe he was 4 tenths up at this third sector split. We'll see if he's up the run to the line. He's P3 over 1:15.1, so some very tight margins here in Division 2, Huni. Yeah, I'll take a quick look through my friends list. If you want to keep us hell bent on the action, we'll turn into a radio show. Yeah, I am back. I have tried. He didn't appear. There is saying to try now, Uni, if you'd ever be so kind to try. And I can turn our radio podcast, whatever you want to call it, back into an actual what's it? Scheduled programming. As I'm on board, not on board, but I'm sticking with Creeper, and he was a little bit down his first sector. Once he goes very close to the edge of track limit up at turn 9, and he's throwing that car around, especially in Aquaminarale. Look at the way that McLaren is dancing on the limit of grip as we come into the chicane. He's up on his time by almost a tenth, so he's found quite a lot in this middle sector. But Imola with the battery is so difficult as there's not really anywhere to recharge. So you got to really abuse is the word I'm going to use, abuse your lifting, especially down the straights. As we come onto the pit straight, we'll see what Creeper can do on the run up to the line. The McLaren man can go fastest with, never mind, he does the literal exact same time as Johnny. Yeah, those are some very tight margins as we did have a tie there for a little bit. And that is what you want to see in the division qualifiers is a Singapore Connor. Oh, that is massive impeding from the Cadillac. And Connor's got the 5 place grid penalty. Mitchell is literally just joined the lobby. That is not good. That is not good. Oh God. I think we're back to the comms cursing in the qualif. I think we're going back to it now as that was literally it. So I jumped to him and bad. I can't. I was going to say this, but I can't say that. Yeah, Paul Connor was literally just starting his lap, but I think we'll stick with Winton now. If he is on a lap, he might be on another out. Yeah, he's not burning battery, so I think he's doing a double, maybe even a triple out lap here just to burn off some of that fuel. But ordeal. we'll use we'll we'll use ordeal as the word of choice. That's going to be tonight's word of choice. Is ordeal. Um, word of choice isn't what it's called, isn't it? In English class back in school, they get you to like like focus on one word. You come back like a week later, teacher's like, "What's this word mean?" We're going to be doing that game, I think. Um, Definitely, I'm not allowed to cut to the track to get to the line faster. So if he does make it to to the line, then that's a bit of a yikes from the McLaren. He's already doing so well in his qualifying. There was no need to possibly ruin that for next week. But we'll stray away from the what's the word for it? The incident. We'll use incidental side of things. As I am sticking with the V Cup TP of Com United as he comes down into the final two corners. I believe he was just about up on his time when I checked. Granted, I was not paying too much attention. So he goes very wide the final corner. Noah Huni has left the session. That is not good. I guess I will be taking over for the rest of qualifying. Com does not go any faster. Will jump up to the top. Will the Audi TP of Sick Party be able to go any faster? We'll see as he comes into the last two corners, gets right onto the edge of those white lines and burning up to the finish line. What can the Audi TP do? He can only go to P7 with only 2/10 improvement. Is Winter? Winter's finished. What about Cooper? Cooper is a 10th. He's a little bit up on his lap. He is this V carb is gonna wanna get up there even more than what he already has. There's a few drivers coming across the line now, but we will stick on board with the V carb man of our championship leader. He doesn't go right up to the white line. RJ going up to a 15 flat now. We'll see what Cooper can do on the run to the line. No, he doesn't improve. Creeper is on a lap. He's up on his time, but this guy may have a report against him coming for the next week after what he's done. We'll see what he can do on the run up to the line. The McLaren, can he be the only one the 14s? Yes, he can. A 1:14.933. What a lap from the McLaren man. I believe the only other driver is Mr. Calm, who has come into the pit lane. Creeper on pole position, but obviously he's going to have that investigation on him. If he's cut that track, then I think that might be wraps because we you're not allowed to cut that to get to the line faster by any means. So may have a big issue there for the McLaren team. But yeah, those are still some very tight margins here. As before that lap, no, the top three were all 15 flats, and then 15-1, 15-2, 15-2, and then we had a little bit of a fall off in the lap times, but still, this is going to be a crazy close grid, and we're going to be stuck here. Stuck here is not the word for it. We're going to be sitting here for the next 63 laps to watch these guys absolutely brawl at it. So Creeper, obviously on pole over 1:14.9, Johnny over 1:15 flat, RJ over 1:15 flat, Farge, Cooper runs at your top five. Then we have Winter, Sick Party, Connor, who got madly impeded and been given a 5-second grid place penalty. Tazio Cruz, Filthy, Falcon, Terrence, Slushy, Com, Deadly, SJ, Dur, Mitchell, and Trukev. Now, we do have a lobby restart as we are taking a page out of PSGL's book, making the lobby restart. So I'm pretty sure we're doing a lobby restart anyway. I hope we're doing it. Also, I'm just spreading some absolute fake news. I'm 99% sure we're doing a lobby restart. I am going to double check though, just in case. Let's just take a looky here at Discord because where is it? Rush. Div to announcements. Yeah, I can confirm in the announcements we are getting a lobby restart, fully dry weather, so it is what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you for when this goes, as we will all the cars should, that's the keyword here, should retire. But I think we might just leave this up just a little bit longer just to see some of the chaos that might ensue. But I think I'll get in trouble if I do that. We will see you in a hopefully not too long a moment, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here after the hopefully quick lobby restart here in Rush. We've got the grid order, well, the quality order set for this 100% race, which is 63 laps around the Emilia Romagna circuit. Famously, we did it. The track did have the, I think it was the longest name on the calendar, like Qatar Airways Emilia Romagna something Grand Prix. And in all honesty, if I had it up to read, I probably would, but sadly, I do not. And I really do not want to find it. But as it stands, your pole sitter is the McLaren man of Creeper, followed by the Alpine of Johnny, and then I believe it was RJ Gustafage and Cooper for the top five. So this is going to be a very, very interesting race, as we did see some questionable driving in the qualifying. And yeah, where I think we're going to be in for one hell of a race. Yeah, but like I said, 63 laps. So yeah, this is going to be pure chaos. I believe optimal strategy is one stop. Um, I don't think the two stop is fast enough. Granted, I definitely shouldn't say I think, when I definitely tried this out last night, and I found out the very hard way that it wasn't. So yeah, hopefully we don't see any of these guys two stopping unless they absolutely have to. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole grid was on the medium compound tire. Granted, the hards will also go majority of the way, so what's the word? You get long-term gain for short-term loss. But we are hopefully going to be getting the lights fairly soon, as I'm sure we all appreciate staring at the crowd on top of the pits, but I don't. I think I might not appreciate it. Like, there's a few of them that are clapping, cheering. I want some of them might be booing, but yeah, we're just chilling here, just gonna wait until we get the lights, and we're gonna have a good time, hopefully. Um, and you know what? Also, I pray, I really do pray that we do not have um, a chaotic uh, race-ending turn one, because Div 2 in the past hasn't had the best track record going into turn one. I think last season was probably the worst it's been at him, as we've got one, two, three, four, and five red lights. And it's a very quick lights out, and away we go. This is House on the Grid that hasn't started. Oh my god. Oh my Winter. Winter did not start. And that is dirt out of the race, and we have a lap one safety car. Oh my god. And we've got 10 seconds flying left and right. And oh my god. Winter, you're not in Kimmy's car, bruv. I know you might think you're Kimmy, but you're not. That was not how you start an F1 car. Um, yeah, Winter's start was no better than his F2 start, if you know, you know. But Johnny getting away off the line well, it was only a VSC. We're back to grey flag conditions already. Hold that, bro. These marshals are on point tonight here. Mm, um, I think if you can have a discuss with our management about this, pretty please. Oh, and there's a V carb off in the dirt. That is not the place to park your car, com. But yeah, if you could have a quick chat with the management, pretty quick. Oh, that is very wide from the Ferrari into turn one, and that is Cripper losing two positions, three actually. That was very ballsy, will be the word. But yeah, Shinny, if you could have a word with our lovely management team to get this sorted out, I'll keep on yapping on about this race. Yeah, sweet, thank you very much. And Mr. Johnny, he's already gone. Um, I think he might be looking to pull a what's it called? A go from last week where he just took off. But I think we'll take a look at the battery for these first few laps. And Johnny's really good on battery considering he's pulled such a gap. RJ not so much, Farge a bit better, Cooper not so much, Creeper a lot better, Sick Party a lot better, Connor a lot better. And then there's a little bit of a big gap to Tazio, who's out of the overtake range, then to Filthy. Then we got Mitchell behind, and then some more gaps between Slushy, Trukev, and Winter, who did not get off of the line. But yeah, that was him and Deadly have a little bit of contact going through what is called turn number 16. But it's not really a turn. But I think we'll jump up to Farge as he looks to go down the inside of RJ going into turn one and gets it done on the Ferrari. McLaren looking to go up to and try to catch up to Johnny. But I think it's just pretty much game over now unless they get an undercut on Johnny, which that's really the only way I see this being any difference, in all honesty. But yeah, these gaps are starting to form quite um, early on. Oh, the RJ goes very wide up the top of the hill in turn 9. That is not where you want to be on the track. You definitely do not want to be off in the dirt there. But yeah, so yeah, oh, this has been a very interesting. I could have sworn I turned the battery off. We'll turn it off now. But yeah, Barge is quite a ways off of Johnny, and let's see. We'll stick with Mr. Oh, what's happening here? As I think the Audis are swapping. Sick Party getting out of the way for his teammate in Connor, who I believe is up there in P3 in the championship. And yeah, Sick Party getting out of the way, looking to and letting the team orders carry on. Despite him being the team principal, he opted to let Connor by, which is great sportsmanship from the Audi team. Over to you, Huni. Do you have any news for us? Crap. Well, I'll take a look at our rulebook very quickly. Now, this is quite the issue with EA, and also why I'd like someone in management to possibly take a look at the rulebook, give us the updates like that. But if they can't, they can't. We'll take, where is my files? Files. But yeah, so far, I think we'll stick on board with Connor. If you want to take us away with Connor Heaney whilst I take a look, please take us away. All right, I have I have some news. I have read our rulebook now. Oh, actually, oh, Fardress, yeah, outside the top of the hill. Oh my lord, he is not looking to mess around. Oh, as he goes off and up in the right. Oh, oh, I opened the door for RJ. RJ looking to go around the outside, taking the outside into the chicane. Oh my god, they're going to go side by side for the chicane. Oh no, RJ chooses to back out. That is some very ballsy stuff from them two so far in this. Oh, what's the word? This race has. Well, under our red flag rules, I'll run these off very quickly. 6.1. If three or more people disconnect within 5 laps, a red flag will be called. Three or more have not disconnected. If the lobby becomes too laggy or unstable to race due to a host leaving, a red flag may be called. Um, a commentator says, "Sure, one race can decide red flag is necessary. If conditions are met, the standard for red flag lobby remains stable and race full. Red flag may not be called. This excludes this and this. Explains the last two rules. If there's a game issue where the lobby is unresponsive or a major bug/glitch occurs, a red flag will be called. If a race reaches a situation where the competitive integrity is compromised, e.g. an abnormal virtual safety car issues or disqualifications, the moderators or head steward may call a red flag." That, to me, I don't know about you, but there's not lots of that really matches our current situation, Heaney. So yeah, it's been very interesting as Farge goes to the lead of the race here on lap 9 out of 63, and this man he's closed up the gap to Johnny and maybe looking to just nick off with the lead of the race here, like what Johnny did on those first few laps. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does try to. As Johnny gets very hairy on the exit of the hairpin, and that Alpine is looking a little bit tail happy. Can you guess? Mr. Slushy picks up a 3 second time penalty. Now Cooper is teetering on the edge of overtake. So yeah, it's very close. He's almost falling out of it, but he's still in it. We'll see what he is at the detection line. And currently, for his sake, he's definitely want to be staying in as he drops about a second, he dips back in, drops about, dips back in, and this man, he does not want to lose it. I think he's just nicked it again. And Connor as well, who was up right on the back of Creeper, pretty much this entire first stint is really backed off now. And he might have used up the best of his tires, and that's not good. But obviously, these guys are going to gain from the 10-second penalties that RJ and Creeper are both going to have to serve when they get to their pit stops. We'll take a look at the tire strategy now. As yeah, it's literally just a sea of mediums. Yeah, so I'm gonna assume everyone's going to one stop, and then once they box off their mediums onto hards, they're just gonna go to the end here. Unless someone wants to do something crazy, maybe take these mediums majority of the way and go softs, which if they do, congrats. That's definitely going to be an achievement. And also, if they do, I don't know, I might be slightly suboptimal, but if they make it work, they make it work. So, yeah, but I'll pass it over to you, Huey, as it's getting very tight up the front here. I believe we have lost one Noah Honeybun, as some may know him as Filthy Gets the overtake on Tazio. I've just missed it, but we'll jump back up to the front with Johnny. I'm sure he'll be eking and itching to get oh my stutter. He'll be itching to get that lead back again as he's burning on all the battery, looking to for a move on Farge, but he can't quite get it done on the McLaren man. But look at the run he's got. You can just save so much more battery when you're sitting behind a car with the overtake mode, and obviously don't have to go nowhere near as fast. But he cuts that corner quite a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if he's really going up there in the warnings as we speak. And speak of warnings, Com United gets a 3-second time penalty for his interpretation of the track limits. So yeah, these guys are really pushing the limits early doors. As RJ goes off again at the top of the hill, getting in the dirt, and now it's going to really put him on the back foot for the rest of this lap. As pretty much all the heavy braking, apart from this hairpin, is done. There's not really a whole lot of places to lift now, and we're just going to be stuck in this train. It's going to be rinse and repeat, as the top 7 have just pulled away from the rest of the field. 10 seconds already is the gap on lap 11. So this is already quite the margin as Cooper gets very close to the back of Cooper. We do have yellow flags. That is Mitchell that is fallen through the grid. The Cadillac, he's already been in some trouble in the qualifying, and now he's in a little bit of trouble in the race as well. So it's just going from worse to worse not worse to worse, what's the word? It's going from low point to low point for the Cadillacs. But currently, Johnny's right on the gearbox of that McLaren. We'll take a quick gander out of the battery. Johnny's on about 30%. Oh my lord, they're borderline. They are very borderline on the battery. They're very similar to one another. Jump back to Mr. Creeper, who is still getting hawked down by the Audi driver of Connor, and he is hawking down the V carb in front of him of Cooper. But yeah, these gaps are really starting to be. They're starting to fluctuate a lot. Like we've seen a few cars dip outside of that 1 second a few times and then come straight back up really close. Like RJ, he was just outside of the 1 second gap, and now he's within 8/10, 7/10. So yeah, these guys are really they're borderline skipping over the overtake mode line with the Delta. Filthy picks up another 3-second time penalty for his interpretation of the track limits. We'll stick on board. We'll stick with Mr. Johnny in the Alpine. We'll see if he can get the move done on Farge as we go down the pit straight. Will he, does he look left? Does he look right? He doesn't look other way. He's happy to sit in behind the McLaren man, maybe saving the tyres a little bit as we jump back. Oh, Creeper and Connor side by side. Connor getting a little bit squirrely on the exit turn 2, getting it, using a little bit more boost. Then Creeper trying to make him look in the mirrors, and he can't quite get it done. Connor does look to cut the curbing of turn 6. Otherwise, he goes down the inside of turn 7 in the hairpin. Ooh, gets very close, but he can't quite do it. He cannot get past the McLaren of Cooper's. Winter picks up his first 3-second time penalty for his interpretation of the track limits. And I fully believe that is going to be a very common thing we hear here tonight, is especially from me, as that is becoming quite the saying I like to use whenever someone gets a 3-second time penalty, as the Hasses do swap team orders provisionally, as Connor looking to get the move on Cripper, can't quite get it done, but he does have the inside for the final 2 corners. Keeps the nose in. Oh, a lot of lag there. I don't know who that was from, but yeah, these guys are really going at it. I think Sick Party is giving Connor the hurry up as Connor looks to let Sick Party go. Team orders there. Maybe Connor's run out of battery and he's letting his teammate have a go. As Cooper gets the overtake on RJ into P number 3, and now Sick Party is going to be the Audi attacking Creeper, and he's probably got a whole lot more battery as we're going to see it into the chicane. Sticks the nose, gets the wheel alongside, can't stick it as Creeper goes very wide off the track. Connor goes down the inside into the hairpin. Is this the Audi's time to get past the McLaren? And it's just not. He just can't get past him. Connor, you need to be, I think Connor here needs to be a little bit more aggressive if he wants to get past the McLaren. But as it stands right now, Sig Party has gotten ahead of Creeper, and these guys, the the top two have just broken away. These guys in a class of their own. And Cooper now with RJ and Sick Party are just going to be chilling in behind as Falcon has left the session. Presumably, I want to say after an incident, as we did have the yellow flags in that sector too. We'll still take another gander at the battery. And Johnny's got 70% coming onto the straight, and Farge has got 80. So, yeah, I'm not sure what Johnny is doing with his battery, but I do think he needs to be saving a little bit more, or probably as much as at least as much as far as Farge to be really be in this. But he's just happy to sit behind at the moment, which does surprise me that he has less battery. But maybe he's just using a stick of his. Connor picks up a 3 second time penalty. I don't remember who that. I didn't see who that other person was. But yeah, these time penalties are coming in thick and fast here at Imola, and yeah, these guys, it's just going to be an absolute slaughter for penalties as the top seven of they're eking out the gap now to these guys behind, but that's it's not a lot. Like we saw in that first, I think it was 9 laps that it was. Oh, we got yellow flags. What's happened back here? It's Filthy's gone off. I'm not sure what has happened here, but the Ferrari man has dropped down quite a few positions. We'll see later on if he can get back up. But yeah, these front two pretty much pulled a second on that lap to Cooper RJ and these guys that are really close behind. So yeah, it's just growing and growing and growing. Oh, these front two, they're putting on a show for us as we do have more yellows. That looks like it is Winter again. Maybe not again, but Winter, yeah, he is not having a night. Obviously not getting off the line at all. He basically got anti-stall in his red box. Tazio Cruz pretty much sticking the bombshell up Cherikhev's diffuser as he's giving Aston the move on, the hurry up. And yeah, these guys, RJ and Sick Party are happy to sit past Cooper, but Connor finally getting past the McLaren, only just a little bit though. As he goes, oh yeah, he gets it done on Creeper through the turn 5-6 chicane. Winter pulls into the pits, I believe, and retires the car from this race. I believe that's in the pit lane. I hope it's in the pit lane. Um, he's in the pit lane. Oh, oh my lord. Yeah, I just missed that. But yeah, I'm sticking with Sick Body here. And he was looking left and right for a move into the chicane on Cooper. Cooper obviously not meeting the pace requirement of the ATP as Sick Body sticking the nose up the inside into the second last corner. Yeah, it is spicing up here. These guys, he's giving Cooper the hurry up now. He wants the V carb to really get a move on. We'll jump up to the front really quickly. Johnny not looking to make a move on Farge. We'll jump back to Sick Party as he looks to make a move. The Audi TP up onto the podium now. And Cooper down into P4. Oh, not the best of T1 chicanes from the Audi. But yeah, these are really starting to fight for these positions here. As Yeah, Sick Party gave Cooper the hurry up. Cooper couldn't hurry it up. And now Sick Party's through. He wants to get a move on with this race. And I'm sure he is going to really be looking to get boogieing after that overtake and drop Cooper out of the overtake range and let Connor have an easy time overtaking Huni. Yeah, he really is. And it's honestly a little bit of concern because I've been seeing Johnny really kicking the back end of that car out pretty much every corner that I've looked at him, really. And it looks like a very squirrely sort of Alpine right now. And it looks squirrely at the start of his stint and it looks squirrely now. I'm kind of keen to see what the car will feel, look like and how it will look to drive, if that makes sense. I hope that does. How it will look to drive later on when he does get onto those hards. But yeah, the Audis both double, I believe, double overtake on that lap. They're both of them giving the VCarb the hurry up, but not, but VCarb, Cooper, I should say, not being able to do the hurry up, and now he's going to come under pressure from the McLaren of Creeper as the Audis do swap. Sickpie gotta hopefully not lose too much time out as Cooper is looking, he's trying to force the Audis into one another. Ooh, yeah, these guys are really starting to brawl now. We'll take a look at gap to Leo. Where am I looking? Gap. But yeah, currently the top from third and down, they are 6 seconds out. Those top two, so that's already quite a margin. And then from Creeper and down, it's 21, not 21 seconds. That's 14 seconds between P6 and Terrence. And then it's a further two to True Kev, a further three to Slushy, and then almost a further 10 to Com, Mitchell. Well, there's Com, Mitchell, Deadly. Speaking of which, Com and Mitchell, not Com and Deadly, have a nice little fight into the second chicane. Com getting done. I think that was running outside by the Williams driver. And then we have RJ in behind who had to serve his 10-second time penalty, followed by Falcon in P14, Filthy, who is missing the nose cone to that Ferrari, but still got the wing, and hopefully has the wing as he's just, yeah, I don't know what kind of Ferrari strat that is about the nose. And then we have Tazio in P16 on the fresher hard chasing these guys down. But now, as we see, Cooper Trooper coming into the pit lane on lap 20 out of 21. Sick Party picking up a 3 second time penalty now. So, yeah, these guys are really starting to back up. I think the pressure's starting to get to them because at this point, in a 50% race, for example, we only have 32 laps here at Emilia Romagna. And yeah, we'd pretty much already be off the mediums onto the hards and away we go on our lovely way. So, and a 3 second at this point isn't too bad, but yeah, we're little under. No, never mind. We're pretty much directly a third of the way there, and statistically, what's the word? Mathematically speaking, if they're further away and they just picked up a 3 second, we should see about 9 seconds of time penalties coming into the race. For Sick Party, at least. I cannot be stuffed to do the maths on anyone else. So please don't ask, Kitty. Um, but yeah, we'll look at the front too. Do any of them box? No, they still choose to stay out. I'll be honest. If these guys keep going, I honestly reckon they'll go to soft tuning. And if they do, that'd be quite the shock. I mean, if they keep going, like if they, oh, oh, yeah, these guys, they're definitely I definitely would say they're being a lot more generous, not generous, careful with the track limits compared to Division One, as Cooper has got the undercut back on sick body. That's almost that's 2.5 seconds of undercut from the V carb, and yeah, he's going to look to make a move sometime on the Haas TP. But the longer he sits behind these guys in the older moves, the worse this undercut is going to make him, as he's sitting behind the slower cars with newer tires. And look, he's almost already lost a second, and he's trying to just find a spot to overtake the Haas driver as he looks up into the top of the hill and still can't quite get it. And now we're going to go down to Aqua Minerale, and Cooper's really going to be on the back foot here, as it was almost, I say almost, it was just, what's the word, 2.2 at the end when Sick Party came at the pits. And Sick Party's that gap is dissolved to almost under a second already. So Cooper's undercut pretty much, well, not even pretty much, effectively being neutralized by the Haas. I think Cooper's overtaken before the overtake line as well. Take a look. Does he? He has. Cooper is not going to have the overtake mode. Slushy has gotten, I believe we'll see Slushy does not come into the pits. Slushy's out of battery. Sick Pie's just out of battery now. And Sick Pie does not want to meet the same fate as his, oh, not even compatriot, as Cooper Trooper. As they go side by side into turn one. Oh, defeat the Audi, just getting ahead of the Haas. And now the gap is back out to 1.6, but that's because of the battery. And Sick Pie's going to have quite the ordeal on his hands to gain that battery back whilst trying not to lose out too much to Cooper. But I'm sure whilst Cooper still has these decently new tyres, he's going to be looking to extend this gap as much as possible. He's going to want to be on the boogie time. And yeah, these guys are really flying along here. But I do want to point out what Mars had said in the chat before. And I quote from the Red Bull engineer. Let me actually just scroll up to that. Creepers to New Bailey. That is in reference to the penalties that Pop Top Bongo, that as he is known by, or he's also known by FST Bailey. He got, I think it was 21 seconds off of penalties last night, and Creeper, even though he got it a different way, he was up to 16. And yeah, it's quite fitting as Cooper Trooper pumps in the fastest lap of the race, as a matter of fact. An A118.8, he is zooming along here at the VCarb's home Grand Prix, as a matter of fact. So he's definitely going to be looking to, what's the word, flex his muscles, I want to say. Figurative muscles, of course. Yeah, he is on a mission to get the undercut on these guys that are still ahead of him. We'll take a look at gap to leader, actually. Interval leader. Oh, I'm not too sure what the pit stop loss is, but He's Cooper's 29 seconds behind. And clearly the fastest on track as it stands, but he's got to really put a move on. He can't let these guys on the older mediums impede him, Uni. Uh-oh. Oh, that is a big. Oh, that's a big incident. We're gonna. Oh, Sick Buddy looking to get both of them into the hairpin. Oh my god, that is game changing. I believe that, yeah, that's end plate damage for the V Cup, and he's gotten an illegal overtake. We did see last week Trio Kev copping a massive penalty for his racecraft, and he might get another one for that, as yeah, that is quite brutal. But yeah, yeah, the Aston getting in trouble once again, getting caught up, letting the Audi through. And yeah, Farge getting pretty much the undercar, and he's well and truly ahead. Connor looking to stay out even more, so he's really going the way here as RJ picks up another 3 second time penalty. But Connor's really pushing these mediums as far as they can go, and if he actually goes to softs, oh, oh, and now he chooses the pit. Yeah, Connor coming into the box quite late on, but obviously going to have the fresher heart out of everyone. And Terrence still looking to go on those old medium compound of tires. And this could really be a cork in the bottle here for Johnny and Sick Players. Look at how slow the Red Bull's going in comparison. He's going to be defending for his life. It's, yeah, look, he covers the inside, got back to the racing line. What's the word? Textbook defending as Johnny, yeah, looking to give him a little push, just trying to get ahead, just trying to find a way past the Red Bull. And all this fighting is just going to slowly bring Sick Party back into this, as when you do box, your battery does fully replenish. As Johnny looking to go up the inside of the top of the hill, does Terrence backs out, and Johnny gets the move on the Rebel. What a move. And that is going to leave Terrence susceptible to Sick Party going through Aquamirale. And if he's not careful, this could be a lead to an overtake into the chicane. I don't think it's gonna, and this is really gonna hurt Sick Party's races. We've seen what the older guys, what the guys on older tires can do to someone's races. We've witnessed with Trey, Kevin Cooper, and hopefully Sick Party does not come off as unfortunate as the V Cup and his home race. So we'll see what Sick Party can do. We'll see if Terrence comes into the pits. Yeah, there we go. Terrence comes into the box on lap 29, or essentially doing half the distance on those medium compounded tire. But Sick Party going to have the overtake mode now compared to Johnny, who's not going to have it. And yeah, it's just really going to be a chase to see if he can keep up with them this time around, Huni. Yeah, and I think the gaps are also spread out. Or Terrence just coming out ahead of Filthy, like literally, they're almost touching front wing to rear wing, and this is quite um, quite the show. As yeah, Terrence is going to have the freshest heart out of everyone, and going to be really looking to push in this final stint. I'm assuming all of these guys are definitely going to be going to the end, and Connor's already, it's borderline already on the back of Cooper. So yeah, this is just going from worst to worst for our championship leader in Division Two. And Sick Party, I believe, we'll take a look at the battery. He's got about 40% coming on to this pit straight, about 50, sorry. Him and Johnny are basically even on a battery. Sick Party does pump in the fastest lap of the race by about 2 tenths, I'd say. So yeah, the Audi TP, never mind his teammate takes it by about half a tenth. So yeah, the Audis are really looking very fast in the second stint, but it's just about managing the battery and managing the gaps because you can obviously you want to lift and coast as much as you can and recharge that battery, but it's just a matter of making sure you actually get it the distance and recharging the right spots. As this point, we can see that one what's it call it? I don't know where I was going with that actually now. Holy, but yeah, as we can see, these gaps, the gaps. Currently, he's within 5 10. Never mind, I lied. He's 6. Jesus Christ, they can't. Yeah, it's gone. But like these gaps, right? This gap between Johnny and Sick Party, it at this point you don't want to be lifting and coasting as much. Obviously, if this gap comes down like it's just done, you're going to be lifting and coasting pretty much as soon as possible. But with the way these cars drive, you really have to. And if the gap extends to about 8 tenths, you just can't afford to do that too much, or else you lose the overtake mode. And then it is just a downhill snowball, pretty much. You snowball, you lose battery lap after lap after lap until you're done. Or as we have missed the overtake, Connor OC finally getting past one Cooper Trooper and is going to probably be looking to leave in the dust. And I will pass it over to you, Hughie, so I can hopefully find a brain somewhere. I think we might have just lost one Noahini, one very reprised Alpine. Oh, and he's back. Let's go. Yeah, we can take a look. I won't lie, I was flat out just not listening. That went straight in one ear and out the other. But yeah, I'm assuming you said penalties, and I'm really hoping that is what you said because I'm going to look like an absolute idiot if you didn't. But we are looking at. Oh yeah, I am tripping. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's not even an example. What was before example? It's left at the track. Oh my lag from the Cadillac. Yeah, it's definitely back in Coda. I can't lie. That it's literally on the other side of the world, bro. We're in Europe here. Coda's in bloody America, so yeah, yeah. My brain's over there, bro. I can't even lie, but yeah, I think we'll monitor it, right? We'll stick with Mitchell for a little bit. Like he's been jumping around a little bit. We'll see what it's like in a few laps time, and if it's not any better, then we might have to give him the black flag. But we'll take a look. I'm actually going to turn this off penalties now because I'm sick of looking at them. We'll take a look at the battery though. Sick Party is on flat out zero compared to Johnny, who is almost, well, not anymore. He's just gone into turn one and gotten a heap of battery back, but was almost on zero. And this is what I mean: is that you can't afford to lift and coast too much without costing you too much time. But in this situation, it's the opposite. You need to lift and coast more to get the battery back to gain more time. It is a very um, awkward, awkward's the word of choice, awkward set of regulations that the FIA have given us this year. Granted, at tracks like Imola, it is complete and utter. I can't say that word. Completely crap. Same with Jeddah. But tracks like Miami, they made Miami good. That's all I'll say. And I'm actually just like genuinely sad we don't have Miami on the calendar. But yeah, we can see that Johnny does save the battery a lot more. Not even like there's not even a word after that. He can save the battery a lot more than what compared to what Sick Party does throughout the lap, because Sick Party gains all his battery back in those last two corners, whereas Johnny gains the battery back in the last two corners and throughout the lap. As Creeper picks up another, I'm going to assume another 3 second time penalty. That man, the McLaren man, is on 9 seconds of penalties, and currently he'd literally just sit in the same spot. It literally would not matter at the moment, but if we have a late race safety car, that is going to sting. Com, on the topic of penalties, once again, picks up a 3 second. I'm not even talking about you, Com. You cannot blame me for that. There was not a Com's curse. But yeah, we'll take. I think that is the end of our penalties. Everyone's on the one stop. We'll take a look at positions gained. Farge is up 3 positions and dominating the race like he did in the first stint. Johnny is stayed in P2. Sick Party has gone up four. Same with his teammate Connor Rossi. Cooper has dropped down into fifth. Obviously, he got very unlucky with the Aston Martin of Chirikev. RJ is down three. Creeper is down six, who has picked up some damage. Terrence is up four. Filthy's up one. Chirikev is up eight, despite him also having damage. Sashi's up two. Mitchell's up five. Com's up one. Daly's up one. Falcon is down a hell of a lot more. Is that getting lapped? Yeah, Falcon has been lapped. And the same with Tazio, who has also now just been lapped. But yeah, hopefully we don't see too much carnage from these guys as Johnny, as they've just been lapped by Farge. And oh my lord, as and yeah, these guys, Johnny and Sick Boy, are going to be coming up to these guys now. Filthy picks up another 3 second time penalty. We'll take a look at the fastest lap. That will be Vana Connor Rosieva, 117.660. You know, I think we'll stick on board with these guys as yeah. Oh, they come up to lap traffic. The Tazio looking to move out of the way, gets out of the way of one, dips, oh, blocks the other, chooses goes into the racing line to get out of the way. That's not exactly what you want to do. But yeah, I think Falcon, when Falcon get out of the way, he chooses. Oh god, this could be very atrocious. He gets out of the way going into chicane and then pulls in front of Sick Party. That is quite the move from the Alpines, and then immediately jumps out of the way. Yeah, that is quite an interesting way to what's the word? I don't can't think of the word. Yeah, my brain's back at Koda. Hell, in all honesty, it might be even at the round before that. So who knows? As Fudge comes into the pits again, um, that's very interesting. What do you think of this, Uni? Yeah, as on that last lap, I did catch Falcon unlapped himself, got the overtake mode off Sick Party, then proceeded to overtake him on the pit straight, then hold him up again for turn one. So I would not be surprised if we see a blue flags report after this. We're gonna ignore what I just said. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a blue flag report after this from Sick Party on the Alpine, as that is pretty much that was almost race ending, as he's spent a lot more of his battery than what he usually would, and then been impeded further as Johnny picks up a 3 second. That is speaking of race ending. um, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry to take it away, Kenny, but I honestly hope that not for the sake of we give Johnny the win, but I hope for the sake of we get to see a fair fight between these two. I hope Sick Play picks up another 3 second, because then we got to race again. Because at this point now, so all Sick Play's got to do is just lift the coast a little bit more. He doesn't really have to fight too much. He can literally just sit here for the next 23 laps and win. As we got yellows, I believe. Yeah, he's on a no. Pop Top managed to get to 21. Um, I think Creeper's currently on track to match me, but I don't know if he's gonna pull a pop top. As speaking of penalties, Mitchell picks up a 3 second time penalty. Yeah. These guys, I think the fatigue's starting to really set in now, as we crossed over 50% race distance a few laps back. So now we're pretty much going into uncharted territory almost, as we've pretty much hit that 50-minute mark, and now oh, it's not even 50, maybe 55-minute mark, and we've still got another half hour left to go. So yeah, it's really about the endurance of the drivers and keeping within the white lines, but also managing to keep the pace up over the course of this hour and a half. Because you're not gonna. I mean, if you do, you can win it in turn one, but it's definitely not recommended. But yeah, these guys are really going to be going all at it. As we'll take a look at the tires, it's just a sea of hards. There's not a whole lot to it, Alex. It's just a sea of hearts. There's far should box again, but it's just a sea of hearts. Yeah, and oh, Johnny looking to go up the inside. Oh my lord, he is. That is a very interesting place going to turn number 9, and I'm actually going to take another peek at the battery. Is yeah, he's spent a lot of it to do that because that is it's ballsy. Ballsy is going to be the word. There's a lot of words tonight, but yeah, these guys are really starting to heat it up, and I think Johnny might be trying to what's I want to say hoax, but at the same time I don't want to. But like we'll use hoax. He might be trying to hoax Sick Party, put him under the pressure. Like I could go for these moves here. You're not safe at any point. So and having that in the back of your mind that leads to mistakes. And if Sick Party makes too many of the mistakes, i.e., track limits mistakes, then this could go back to a straight fight. But Johnny already looking almost pulling out. No, not even almost. He is pulled out second in within half a lap. So, granted, he has burnt all of his battery to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sick Party catch right up to the back of him again. But yeah, very interesting racing so far, Huey. I'm going to take a quick lavatory break. Hopefully, I don't miss out on too much. I'm going to stick with our Audi TP of Sick Party during this brief break. Go crazy. I am Mr. Honeyban. Have I missed out on anything interesting by chance? As it stands, yeah. Ooh, I tell you what, I just got a lovely camera angle up the top of the hill at turn 9, and that was a really good angle. I like that a lot. I'm looking back at the stream on my other monitor because of how good that was. That was really good. But yeah, so far we're still waiting. I wouldn't say waiting, but we're waiting. We're praying for Sick Player to get that 3 second penalty to have a straight fight. Please, let's make this race interesting, guys. Please. We'll take a look at Gat. Yeah, Sick Pie's. I think Sick Pie might have the stream open. He's got very close to the back of Johnny. It's he looks for a move in Aquaminarale, and yeah, this man might have the. I almost swore then. Oh god, it's getting too late for this. Give it. This man must surely got the stream open. As he is really just so pounding the back of that Alpine, and yeah, I don't even think he's waiting for himself to get a free second. I think he just might be looking to go for this lead on track because that's always the better feeling to get it on the track to cross that line in actually first, crossing it first, and getting it in the time penalties. I do have a little request for you though, Mr. Honeybun. Can you take a look at the race director and take a look at sick parties, warnings, and or penalties? I am curious to see if he's close to getting a free second time penalty. As yeah, these two starting to brawl again, and yeah, sick party getting the move done into turn number one. Johnny having a lot more battery though, and I think this is really going to play in sick party's hands. As if he can hold up Johnny enough, they've got Connor right there. So yeah, it's basically these three going to be these three if they keep this up to the end. Comscast incoming. That would be hilarious if you realize Krupa has left the session. Um, oh my god, he just got it! There is no shot! There is no shot! I am so done. I speak about it. I spoke about it. AXT. I'd see the chat. AXT. Comms curse incoming. What happens 2 seconds later? Bam. Comms curse. I. I. I'm speechless. Oh my god. Yeah, so now we do have a straight fight for this lead, and I'm assuming this is gonna get a whole lot more spicy, guys. Come on, bring it in, guys. Put up the hand, not put up the hand if he's driving. Let's get some boxing gloves on these guys, and they can fight it out, maybe on track, maybe in a little arena afterwards. But like, this has got a whole lot more interesting, Mr. Hooney. Oh. All right. Okay. I, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh. You see that this is the spice we're going to be looking for here, as it's already started to kick off. It's literally the lap after he gets that extra 3 second to make it a straight fight. Just immediately looking around the outside turn one, very Max Verstappen esque from last season. He's really giving. I can't say giving it, but he's really trying. He's trying to get back past. Oh no. Oh, I think AXT's gonna call it. That was almost it. I can't even lie. They were very close. Oh my. Oh, yeah, they're getting very close. And in all honesty, I don't know if any other driver finds comfort, right? You get your first warning, it's like whatever. You get your second one, it's like crap. Okay, I've got to lock in. You don't lock in, you get your penalty. It's like okay, now I'm free to really push these track limits once again because I need to stop yapping about track limits. He's looking everywhere. He's looking left. He's looking right. He's looking at the inside last corner on Johnny. He just can't find a way past. And in all honesty, let's take actually. And in all honesty, he's bringing his teammate back into this. And we'll take a look at the penalties. His teammate's only on 9. We don't know how close these guys are to more penalties. So if these two go both get back up to 9 seconds, if these two go up to 9 seconds, not back up to, they haven't hit 9 seconds. If they both go up to 9 seconds on the time penalties, this could be a freeway fight for this win. I can't lie, and if it does, it's going to get a hell of a lot more spicy, as it'll be Audi versus the Alpines, not Alpines, Alpine. Oh, here we go! I hope so, because that is the rules. There's now a multi. Oh, for fuck's. Yeah, you're getting 10 seconds. You cannot. This. Oh, don't do something stupid, please. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think Filthy's started to calm down now. He's just hit 25 seconds of time penalties, and I think Imola might be the first week that. Oh my god! I literally just went to talk about safety cars and we almost just had one from Johnny. Holy shit. I don't care at this point. We're getting one. We're getting one each. Hope maybe not an F bomb though. But like, oh my god, Sick Buddy gets kissed the kick on the exit. Oh, surely they'll side by side to the chicane, guys. Oh, they're gonna do it. Oh, oh, they've brought Connor into this. This is going crazy. Oh, this is really spicing up now, cutie. Oh, Spectre. Oh, into the dirt! Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, 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 here comes Connor, here comes Connor. Oh, Connor almost pulling a sick party-esque move into turn number, what is that turn number? Turn number 9. Oh my god, these guys are really getting punchy with each other now. And Filthy's got front row seats. Says unfortunately he cannot overtake due to this being a multi-car battle now. As per the rules, is Johnny looking to go around the outside. He's thinking about it. He was really thinking about it, the Alpine. And this is really spicy up. And now if he's not careful, he's going to have Connor on the back of him as well. And oh, Sim Party. Oh, that might not be smart. Oh, that might not be good. That might be overtake chicken. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, oh. Oh, here we go. Oh, stick party stick in the nose. 53. We'll take notes because that was quite. I definitely think it's like the nerves getting to not even really nerves, but I think it's the distance of the race that's really getting to sick point. Oh, throwing the dummy to the inside of the chicane, and these guys are really starting to go at it. They're looking for placing very unorthodox spots. Oh, oh, surely not a dive. Oh, look at how close again. They're basically bump drafting. I'm surprised they actually haven't had any serious sort of contact yet. Johnny having more battery at the moment. Sick Party, I believe, getting out of the way. He's going to let his teammate in Connor have a go at the Alpine now. We've seen Sick Party and Johnny Brawl. It's now Connor's turn. Can Connor step up to the plate and get this done on Johnny? Because if he can get this done and possibly bring Sick Party with him, all Sick Party has to do is hold up Johnny by that extra 3 seconds, and it's going to be Connor's race to lose. So these last 10 laps are going to be very spicy here. Ooh. Oh, oh, that inside the turn 9 Sick Party. He's looking for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys. Sick Party, let's it back through. Oh, they're really spicing up now, Cutie. This is. Oh, I'm excited for this. Oh, Sick Party down the inside. Ooh. Oh, they're gonna box him in. Oh, 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 that was naughty. Or that might have been a bit naughty from the Alpine, maybe giving it back with the overtake chicken. Ooh, I definitely did. They're getting desperate, these guys. And as much as the head steward doesn't want to see this, like from a stewarding standpoint, from a commentating standpoint, this is going very like this is makes for some great content on the stream. That's what I mean. Johnny gave it back right before the line. No, it looked like he tried to give it back. It was very sketch. I don't think he quite managed it though. Nah, definitely not reviewing. Like I don't have the expertise of game code or whatever it is that like what Rapid has in Deforest. Or you might be going side by side to the hairpin, or it's picking up back up again. Or I think it's going to start to pick back up again. They calm down for a few laps, but I assume it's going to. Oh, we got this beautiful camera angle again. As we got some yellows. Oh, mm. I think we're focusing too much on that sort of side of it. Granted, we do. Granted, I say we. I mean the stewarding team that's their job. We don't need to worry about that. But I think what we need to worry about is these guys are their fight on track because these guys are really starting to brawl. Johnny's getting very close to the back of Connor, maybe looking for a rogue dive, can't quite find it. And it's really starting to spice up now. As I do want to take as Creepers are tied. It's a safety car. No, that's a bin. That's a bin. He's missing that front left, but that's a full course. Oh my god! They've got a box. They've got to. Surely. Yeah, Farge is coming in, and then they're safe. They won't. The positions won't change. They're 36 seconds back from Terrence to Farge. Yeah, yeah. It's a double stack from Caddy. No, Cat. What? They're not even remotely the same color, bro. Oh my! I am really tripping something tonight. Oh my god. I need a nap. I mean, granted, we are at the end of we're almost at the end of our runtime. Like Div 2, like the races are scheduled for 2 hours, 7:30 to 9:30 ASCT. ASCT? ASCT. And we've currently got 10 minutes left, so we've almost used up all of the technical runtime here. So yeah, it's not good. As Johnny's actually jumped sick part. Johnny, did Johnny jump Connor in the pits, or am I tripping? I think I might be tripping. So maybe. Hmm. It's in this like, oh my god, the whole 4 cars in this lead group. Oh my god, Huni. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, oh. There goes Falcon off in the background. Um, no, that like, oh, oh, oh. Ostic Party getting the fastest lap. It's going to come down to the wire. This is really going to come down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a rogue dive. Ostic Party looking to the outside, turn one. Can't stick it on, can't stick it there. He's going to have to find another way around. RJ Kushnas takes that fastest lap. Johnny's out of battery. Sick Pie's out of battery. This is actually going to come down to the. I can't say that. Yeah, what a race! That Jesus Christ, that was something else. That was really something else. Johnny taking home the win here. Obviously, he will be our race winner. Just go away communicating. Fastest lap will go to Connor OCE. Driver of the day to Terrence. Most overtakes to Terrence. And cleanest driver will go to Trio Kev. I don't know if I agree with that one, but it is what it is in the game. And I don't think anyone was safe from penalties like it was last night. Penalty, penalty, penalty. Just take a look actually whilst we get the results. So no, SJ was really fussy about results. Falcon didn't pick up a penalty, I don't think. He hasn't. So one driver surviving. Whew, but yeah, what a race. The two DNFs being Dirk getting obviously murdered off the start and Winter picking up damage from that as well. Yeah, what a race that was to watch. And oh my lord, I'm going to take a really big nap after these interviews because Jesus, I'm going to need it. And but congratulations to everyone in Div 2 tonight. That was quite the race to watch. From every time we looked at someone, I think, especially on my end, every time at least, it was always something going on. So yeah, that was a lot, and I can't wait to see um, what it's like at the end of this. Not at the end of this race. We just finished the race. I can't wait to see what the results change like when we get to the final results. Hopefully, sometime later in the week. Yeah. Yeah, and Terrence? I think it was Terrence. I want to say Terrence. Yeah, that was. And I can't wait to get these interviews done. And yeah, this is going to be hopefully quite the interviews. And I honestly, I know what else. I hope that Johnny doesn't have his brother give these answers again because that was kind of atrocious last week. Crap, that one. I hope it's that one. I pray it's that one. I just remembered to switch the graphic to what it is on. Hopefully it changes that. There we go. We got the right graphic up this time. Let's go. And if we're getting people's in, um, if you'd like to start us off with our driver of the day, please can you whilst I sort out my OBS, that'd be amazing. I am here. Welcome, Terence, to our lovely comms box here tonight. First of all, congrats on your driver of the day. I won't lie to you though. You weren't really there for us on the stream most of the time. Like you definitely were cooking. I definitely used the word cooking for your overcuts. I believe it was overcuts, and it definitely seemed to really pay off. As even though we weren't looking at it, but on the timing sheets, you were just making up position after position, really cutting through the pack with those much fresher, hard compounded tires. And yeah, that was really a good race for you. Walk us through what it was like doing that overcards, and I think Johnny caught up to you, and the leaders, I should say, caught up to you well before you boxed. What was that like, knowing that you still had to box and the leaders were right there? Yeah, it really was. I think I'll touch base on next week. Next week I believe we have Spa. Do you reckon? Do you have time? The question would be: do you have time to put some practice in for next week and maybe boost your chances of really getting up there? Because I know when you nail the strategy, you nail it, and you're almost always up there with it. So, do you think with a little bit of practice, if you can afford it, you'll be up there next week? Yeah. So yeah, I do wish you the best of luck in your, and hopefully a very speedy recovery for you. As I reckon, and you get that practice for Spa, you're gonna be right up the sharp end with those guys tonight, and you pretty much were. Like I can only imagine if you had that practice, you would have been up there as well. Congrats on your driver of the day, Terence, and have a lovely rest of your night. Good night, Terence. Hunie, do we have P3 for our podium in here? Mr. Sikparty, welcome to our comms box for tonight. And I'll start off with your qualifying. I won't lie, your qualifying wasn't the best compared to those around you, those who were up the sharp end in the qualifying. As I think you did a 115.5 or point 0.7, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And then, what was it like in that qualifying? Did that maybe hurt your confidence a little bit going into the race, or was you always pretty confident that you were going to really get up there in that race? Yeah, and like you said earlier, your quality pace isn't the best compared to your race pace, where it definitely proved a lot faster. Early on in the race, we did see some team orders between you and Connor, both going both ways. Um, I think you let Connor by off the start, well, not off the start, but a few laps in. You let him have a go of Creeper, and then I think on the lap you and him swapped to let you have a go at him. I think you just went straight past Creeper. So, and then obviously later on, I say later on in the race, literally to the end of the race. You let Connor by to have a go at Johnny. He got past Johnny, pretty much in a similar style to what you did to Creeper. So was the team order and the team orders and the teamwork really key in your race? You think tonight, or do you reckon it was pretty? Yeah, what's the word? Pretty much riding solo in a way. Yeah, and honestly, if that safety car didn't come out, that would have been an Audi double podium, which, from a Ferrari perspective, that's a scary sight. But yeah, obvious, and then we'll jump forward a little bit to the in the race, especially toward the end. You and Johnny were just absolutely brawling at it. Like there was some moves into the almost into the chicane a few times actually, from what it looked like. There was some moves into turn 9, the left hand at the top of the hill after the hairpin. it almost looked like you guys went for some moves on each other into Aqua Minerale. It looked like it, and then you maybe thought a little bit better of that. Obviously, you didn't quite get the undercut you wanted. I think you came out a little bit behind Johnny. Um, what was that like, knowing that you come out a bit behind him? He was on new hards, and did the confidence slip away then as well, or what? Did it always stick with you after the pit stops? Yeah, it definitely looked like it, and I believe that's I. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's P2 back-to-back seasons here at Imola in Division Two for you. Is Imola really becoming like your home track? Like, if we see it next season, are you gonna go P2 again, or is this really like a one-off coincidental thing? And if it isn't, are we gonna see it throughout the next few weeks? Because you've been P2 the last 2 weeks, and then obviously we've got Spa next. Do you feel confident going into Spa? Do you have confidence that the pace is there, or is it kind of a meh track for you? Yeah, and I think my final question for you before I let you off on your way, do you have anyone you want to shout out tonight, or are you just kind of chilling and you can't be stuffed to answer that? And with that, I will let you go on your merry way. Please enjoy your night and your pizza. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, this has been your Division 2 stream. We have gone quite a fair way over our scheduled runtime, so I'll try to wrap this up very quickly. Tonight, that was phenomenal driving from Div 2, and I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching the absolute chaos that it was. It was fun chaos, I promise. Thank you, Hughie, for joining me in the comms box, and thank you all for watching. And we hope to see you again next week. Enjoy your night, and good night.